this over here for a moment. Hopefully you can read that. Take a moment. Dynamic languages. Limitations of perception to get you over stagnation. To make you aware of paralysis by analysis, so you know when you're not living authentically in your flow. So the simplest thing to do is to learn shit so you can let it go and figure out what's most optimal. To realize what you think or feel is most optimal isn't actually what it is, it's only what you've settled on. And to get to a better or a more dynamic, natural, more optimal is to try and figure out who you are. And that's just basically releasing who you aren't. Echoes. I've got a lot of echoes trapped in me through experiences. I can easily tap into that energy anytime. And it comes up unconsciously all the time. So I'm realizing it. I've destroyed a lot of inanimate objects in my life. That was part of my process of the slow boil realization. The demons had to be exorcised, essentially. And we all have our ways. If you study astrology, you'll understand what that means. More than you would pass judgment through whatever pop fad psychological meme is circulating through the mind. Epigenetics. The world always gives us information, but we refuse to hold the value of what it is because we're too busy trying to look for the utopian fix. Because that's what's going to save us. So we ignore all this other pearls of wisdom and information. We get pulled into the possession of the Saturnian glare, essentially. Paying your taxes, paying your dues. Because this person did it, now you're obligated to do it. Even though it doesn't make sense. It becomes a competition about who can become the best mimic rather than creator. And that's why we're falling into the hive mind stuff here. And all the technology is unifying us, and there's all these amazing good things, and there's all these negative things which arise through that. We're learning how to combine those kind of potentials into a new world. I think people are special, we got a lot of power, I think we're gods, but I don't think we can control reality. We can only release to what it is and be in alignment with it somehow by finding the reality of your authentic nature, who you're born to be, essentially. Have you settled on distinctions? Systems and astrology, things like this, people think it's fatalistic. They don't understand there are cosmic seasons. The myopia of our own entrainment to this fucked up fake world is, you should never make macro judgments when you're feeling like such a piece of shit because you're in relation to this place. Just listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson, how nihilistic that guy is. That's not someone I would listen to. But these are people who've denied themselves, so they take great pleasure in denying others what they've denied themselves. It's the only power they'll ever feel, the only creative powers to take from another. And it's a sickness which sweeps over people who identify too much with the matrix, they call it, with the Maya, with the 10,000 things. You gain that power and you lose yourself, which to me is kind of, it's not my way of being. I don't know, maybe they're doing other things I'm not aware of. They're guiding in their own way. I see society, I see it wind up, it propels us, it forges a spirit in us, we grow, and then it starts to dwindle and devolve. And as it devolves, everything related to the most fake aspects of it is shed. And this is Saturn devouring the young, and Tower of Babel falling, people losing the language, which is basically the language in the Tower of Babel is the language of nature. If you're so high up the tower you've lost touch with reality, you can't even feel how good the sun feels. If you can't even understand that, you're fucked. You're way at the top. You better start repelling down before 9/11 hits. Because there are ways to do things. Other people, they think completely different than you or I. Completely different value structures, ways of analyzing dynamics or reality, understanding of the self, if there is a self. So there are alien species of psyche emerging at these times. This is why we see the possession of the most destructive drugs and technologies coming now, because it's like people are checking out of their conscious will to exist as a soul-forged spirit in this time, and they're allowing entity to fill void through substance, through programming, through ideologies, through ideas, through dreams, through the cult of personality. Aquarius, these times. So think about transition from one season to another, a Plutonic year, 26,000, give or take a couple hundred, I guess. These energies take a while. When you start to shake the Etch-a-Sketch, not all the lines are gone, Some of them remain. You gotta shake the hell out of those things. That's what's happening energetically. We think, oh, people are bad, people are evil. We're nature, we're naturing. Some days it's cloudy and rainy and it sucks. Some days it's beautiful. That's always going to be happening. It's us that have to happen, and that's why we can benefit from languages which give scale for meaning. When you limit yourself to the known, then you're completely possessed, enslaved, ensnared. And I know that because I've felt it. I feel it. I oscillate in awareness. And I can accept that because I haven't filled the void with all this other stuff. So you got to fill your void with authenticity, nature. Cultivate the spirit of what you want to feel in life, what you want to bring to life. If you want to bring joy, if you want to be joyful, do what brings joy. if you want to be of service, then you got to be of service to the self first. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're not leading by example. It's just really, it's really simple. Once you do the simple things, natural spirit flows. That's how you ground into whatever this quincunx in conjunction junction thing is talking about. It's just an idea. And you might be able to benefit from it. Alright, well, I guess that's all I wanted to say. So thanks for watching, listening, and being.